accidents. You can see us here on the tail of the Dragon. We've got our running lights on. I know a lot of people are going to be upset with this, but we're hiding from the sunlight because it's kind of warm here in Central Florida. And the new one was like $21,000. That's crazy. These are the lights that they sent us. And let's check it out and see what all's in this bad boy.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.
Alright, let's get into this. This is my 2016 BMW R1200 GS. It's going to be 9 years old this year, and it served me very, very well. We went and looked at new ones at the BMW shop, and this does everything I want it to do. And the new one was like $21,000. That's crazy for a motorcycle. I mean, the technology has definitely improved, but back to why we're here today. So I'm a big fan of having some kind of driving light or running light, something that gives you extra visibility over just the headlight, which on this bike is great. It's an LED headlight, but I've always wanted to have auxiliary lighting. I started riding motorcycles when I was 5 years old, and I also spent some time as a full-time motor police officer. I did that for 7 years total, 4 as a sergeant. And during that time, I realized how important visibility is for vehicles. Having that extra visibility of extra lights so that they can't say they didn't see you. I utilize my high beam when I'm approaching intersections. I try to make eye contact with the drivers that are turning left. What are you doing?
Fixing to help you.
As usual, my love of my life and my fellow mechanic is coming out to help with the wiring. She's great at wiring. So, I hadn't really talked about it that much, but I was gonna say, you and I have been riding motorcycles for a long time. I mean, I've been riding them since I was 5 years old.
Yeah, I started riding in 2017.
2017, but she did ride with her dad. Look at this picture here. This is her riding with her dad when she was a little kid. So she kind of got the bug maybe then, I don't know. 2017 you started riding, and you've probably got what, 65, 70,000 miles under your belt? And we've ridden, man, probably 40,000 of those miles together. And one of the things that we're always big on is visibility. Accidents. You can see us here on the tail of the Dragon. We've got our running lights on, and the main thing behind that is cars may not see a single headlight, but if you kind of add in some annoying driving lights, they're going to see you, and as long as they're annoyed, I don't care if we're safe.
Yeah.
The biggest threat is people turning left in front of you. So I've been known to utilize my high beams to flash my lights to make them think twice about turning in front of us, and that's where these lights come in so important. I also did time 7 years as a motorcycle officer, and I learned a lot of valuable street survival skills during that time, one of which is visibility, lights and visibility. And so we're going to talk about the lights that we have and what I'm changing to. Now Jackie's spoiled. Her bike comes with factory driving lights that have projector beams.
That's the first bike.
Yeah.
That's ever had the fog lights and stuff that I needed.
Her other one, we had to install them, and guess what company we used?
Nilight.
We did, way before they ever reached out to us. So I'm pretty excited about this install and to be working with them on these lights. I've always been an advocate for adding extra lighting. You can see the lighting here on our motorcycles in North Carolina. You can also see that even, back in like 1997, 1998, when I had a BMW, I added extra lights to it. Some of it's for nighttime visibility, but most of it is just for daytime visibility from traffic. And I've been using this company called Nilight. It's Nilight, and I've been using them for years. And so I got excited. They reached out to me and they said, hey, would you be willing to test and install our newest driving lights? And I thought, heck yeah. I mean, that's a pretty cool offer. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get these installed on here. I'm going to use my existing wiring. I'm going to tie in with the new ones and use the existing mounts. And then I have some test video that I've already shot with these lights, and we're going to compare it to the new lights that they've provided. So let's get into that part of it. You can see when I installed the previous lights, I did a ton of waterproofing, and it's choosing to be a challenge to get all this old rubber waterproofing off. But once I get it, I can expose all the wires, and then we can go from there. I couldn't remember when I initially installed it which way the master wire goes. There's always going to be one wire that comes from your switch, and then it comes down and splits. And where it splits is what I'm looking for, so I can tap into that wiring. You can see that's where I have my positive and negative wire connected, and I'm just going to tie into my existing harness because I've already pre-wired this for Nilight, and I will kind of go over the basics of that, but I'm not going to do like a full uninstall, reinstall to add the lights. So this is my thicker wires that are coming from the actual relay and the 12-volt harness that are coming to this light. Halfway in the middle, it branches off and it goes over to the other side. So that's where we're going to start our disconnect at. One of the things I love about BMW is, well, I guess you could say love. Also, their engineers and their electronics say, we don't want you at any point tying into the CAN bus system of this motorcycle. So what they give you, if you can see it, is they give you a power post right here. And that power post is straight power from the battery. So you tap into a frame ground or a ground and you attach your deal there. So my harness is actually attached down here, the Nilight harness that I already had in place. And I'll show you where the switch is. My switch for the lights is easily accessible right here with my left thumb. And that's where I wired it in originally. So that's the same switch we're going to use. These are the lights that they sent us. And let's check it out and see what all's in this bad boy. Manuals. As always, I'll put the model number, and I think these are already linked to our Amazon store. So they provide everything that you need. Here's your harness, here's your switch, which obviously I'm not going to use because I already have a switch system in place. But I'll break this down in a minute and show you exactly how you're supposed to utilize all this. It's pretty plug and play. These are the lights right here. Very nice. And I think these mounts are going to go perfectly on the existing mounts that I have. And then this is the wire that I'm going to wire in. I'm going to wire in the plug wire for this just to make it cleaner and to make it easier to remove if I ever need to take them off of the crash bars or anything. So let's go inside, see if Miss Jackie will give us some space and we can lay this out and talk about it. So this is the wiring harness that comes with the Nilight system. I already have this system installed on my motorcycle. I did make a couple of modifications to it. One is the little switch that I showed you on the handlebar. That was the difference. This is more designed for like a car dash. It's like a big switch. But essentially it's the same system. You're going to have your negative and your power. Then you're going to have a 12-volt relay. You should always have a relay powered and fused. Relay power just means that when you're only getting power from the battery. You're not pulling power through the switch. You're not pulling power from anywhere else. It's coming straight from the battery. All the switch does is tell this relay to turn on. Then you're going to have these wires that come out to your lights, one for each side. And really, that's all there is to the kit. So this is your switch inside. They give you a link to run it. This is where you'd hook straight to your battery. This is your 12-volt relay that you would mount under the hood, or in our case under the plastic work. And then this is your wire that runs out to your lights, which I already have installed. All this is already in there. So we're going to start with these ends and make them compatible with the wires that I already have. So these are my existing wires coming from the harness already, and these are the new plug wires for the new lights. So all I'm going to do is solder these wires together, shrink wrap everything, make it nice and as waterproof as I can get it, and then we'll install the lights. So we're gonna do these plugs on both sides. Taking those old lights. Those have been on there for 5 years.
Yeah.
I put those on in 2020. You can see the Nilight name right there on the side. Yeah. They've been on there since 2020. They've done a good job. It might be zip tied up top.
It is.
All right, we'll cut it.
You might need some of these items if you have pre-existing wiring for your lights. Then it's gonna be just soldering them into the pre-existing wiring. And this is a soldering iron. This is a heat gun to shrink the shrink wrap, and this is the shrink wrap that we put around the wires.
The main wire, yeah.
And then occasionally, if you need extra, we always buy these packs of heat shrink. And then this is some pretty cool fabric wiring covering and some solder itself.
Just waiting on it to heat up.
And that's what this is. And then of course,
everybody should have wire
cutters.
strippers. Yeah, I really like these waterproof plugs. So,
show me that plug.
Yeah, it's a waterproof plug, so Nilight sends it. It has the rubber seal around it, and then it goes inside of a female plug case that's also weatherproof. So I thought, hey, I want to keep that. I just got to make sure this is soldered well and then weatherproofed up too. I thank my dad all the time for teaching me at a young age how to solder and how to draw solder to the hot iron through a wire. Probably should have waited a little bit more. So I was also taught at a young age to cut off these excess little tips because you don't need all that. You just need the main solder part, and that makes it cleaner and less likely to poke through your shrink wrap.
So now we're shrinking the shrink wrap with the heat gun.
Alright, so we have our original wires in their original casing, and then we've soldered and shrink wrapped individually those wires. Then we've added another layer of shrink wrap, and now we've added this fabric wiring tape. Some of it's for decorative and some of it for heat purposes. This is flame resistant, heat resistant.
Now we're doing the right hand side of the bike.
Now you got it. Boom. Cool. It's gonna look good on there. I like the blue matches too. That's really cool. I was really excited when they reached out. I thought, what a cool opportunity. We have the initial wiring done. Yeah, they look good. Alright, now we just gotta button it all up, make it look nice. What do you think?
And then adjust.
Yeah, adjust. Some of that we'll have to do at night maybe.
Yep.
There they are. There's the new ones mounted up. I was actually able to move them forward a little bit, which is kind of a better position than where the old ones were. I have all the wires zip tied up, tidied, waterproofed. Same thing on this side. Everything's tidied up, zip tied. All I have left to do is put on, as Jackie calls it, my other hobo bag. Ooh, I might add another one right there. I think I will. Alright, my right side hobo bag is installed, so Jackie calls it, because she says I have bags all over my bike. I like that. It's good and forward of it. It's a motorcycle first aid kit, which we've used before. Yeah, it looks good. This is what I'm talking about when you say visibility during the daytime driving around town. I mean, I don't care if it's a little bit annoying, you're gonna see me coming down the road. Very cool. All I have left is to get cleaned up, get this area cleaned up, get my stuff put away, and then I'm gonna do some more nighttime testing, and I'll post those differences right here. I know a lot of people are going to be upset with this, but we're hiding from the sunlight because it's kind of warm here in Central Florida. But that was our install of the Nilights. What do you think? Pretty easy.
Yes, thank you, Nilight, for sending us those lights. We're definitely going to put them to use.
Yep. And I think we already have a plan for what to do with one of the old Nilights. So we're going to do something. I don't know if we'll cover it, but we'll show it eventually, right?
Yep.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next video, we'll see you then.
See y'all later.